Chapter 2. More on Photoshop CC. In the previous class, you learnt about some basic things related to Adobe Photoshop CC. You learnt how to use the different tools to edit and enhance the look and feel of an image. In this chapter, you will learn about some advanced features and tools of Photoshop CC and how to use them. Layers. In Photoshop CC, we can combine multiple elements to make one file with the help of layers. A layer is defined as one image stacked on top of another to form a complete image. When you open a file in Photoshop, the first layer by default is the background layer with white color. This layer is locked and protected, which means you cannot change the stacking order, blending mode or opacity of this layer. However, you can change this layer into a regular layer by double-clicking on the lock icon. After that, you can make any desired changes in this layer. Photoshop CC allows us to work on each layer independently and create the desired effects. It is also possible to change the stacking order and link the layers to work on them simultaneously. When working with an image, it would be better if you use a new layer above it to apply filters or for retouching tools. If you are unhappy with the effect, you can simply delete the layer without making any changes in the original image. The Layers panel displays all the layers. Creating a new layer. You can create a new layer by following the steps given below. Step 1. First, click on the Layer menu from the application bar. A drop-down menu will appear. Step 2. Select the new option from the drop-down menu. A submenu will appear. Step 3. Select the Layer option from the submenu. The new Layer dialog box will appear. Step 4. Type a name for the layer in the name box and click on the OK button. The new layer will appear above the background layer in the Layers panel. By default, they are named Layer 1, Layer 2, and so on. By using the Layers panel, we can do the following. We can change the order of the layers by clicking and dragging the layer up down to the new position in the Layers panel. We can rename a layer by double-clicking on the layer name. We can change the visibility of a layer to on and off by clicking on the eye icon next to the layer name. If you see the eye icon, it means the layer visibility is on. Clicking on the eye again will make the layer invisible. We can create a new layer by clicking on the Create a New Layer button at the bottom of the Layers panel. We can filter layers on the basis of pixel layers, adjustment layers, type layers, shape layers, and smart objects. We can add a style to a layer by clicking on the Add a Layer Style button. We can make a duplicate layer by right-clicking on the layer name and selecting the Duplicate Layer option. The Duplicate Layer dialog box will appear. Type the name of the new layer. By default, it is the name of the copied layer with the word Copy attached to the name of the duplicate layer. We can create a new fill or adjustment layer by clicking on the Create New Fill or Adjustment Layer button. We can create a layer group by combining multiple layers. We can delete a layer by clicking on the Delete Layer button. Painting tools. Photoshop CC offers a number of painting tools, about some of which you have already learned earlier. Let us now learn about some more painting tools that are available in Photoshop CC. Eyedropper tool. Eyedropper tool helps to change the foreground or background colors by lifting them from an image. You can use it when you want to use an existing color in the image for another element. To use the eyedropper tool, follow the steps given below. Step 1. First, open the image in Photoshop from which you want to take color. Step 2. Select the eyedropper tool from the Tools panel or press the I key from the keyboard. Step 3. Click on the color that you want to use from your image. The selected color will become your new foreground or background color. 3D Material Eyedropper Tool. 3D Material Eyedropper Tool also works like the eyedropper tool. The only difference is that the eyedropper tool lifts colors from 2D images, whereas the 3D Material Eyedropper tool lifts a material or pattern or texture from 3D models objects. The image shows two 3D objects, a cube and a cone. The cube has a texture. Suppose you want to copy the same texture into the cone. To do so, you will have to follow these steps. Step 1. Go to the Tools panel and select the 3D Material Eyedropper tool. Step 2. Check that the cube layer is selected. Then move the 3D Material Eyedropper tool pointer and click on the cube to lift the texture. Step 3. Select the cone layer and click on the cone to fill the copied texture. The selected texture will be applied on the object. Color Sampler Tool. Color Sampler tool also resembles the eyedropper tool. The only exception is a target icon that it features additionally. This tool measures the colors you click. You can use the info panel to see the value of the color pixels as you make color corrections. The info panel displays two sets of color values for the pixels under the pointer. The value in the left column is the original color value. The value in the right column is the color value after the adjustment is made. To use the Color Sampler tool, you may follow the steps given below. Step 1. Choose the Color Sampler tool from the Tools panel. Step 2. In an image, click the color you want to measure. If needed, choose a sample size from the options bar. Photoshop will open the info panel automatically and show you the numeric values for that color. You can also use up to 4 color samples to display color information for one or more locations in the image. Step 3. Delete all samples by clicking on Clear All button from the options bar. Ruler tool. In Photoshop CC, you can measure distances precisely by using the rulers with guides so that you can create objects of a particular size. A ruler tool is a handy tool that can be used to measure and draw outlines in any direction. You can also find the exact distance between 2 points or objects if you want to insert another object or image between them. You can add lines by clicking on New Guide from the View option drop-down menu. Ruler can also be used to straighten images for cropping. Note tool. Note tool is used to create a sticky note, a document which you can attach with an image or file. When you add a note in a document, the Notes panel opens to enter the text of the note. You can add the name of the author for a note by using the Author option from the options bar. You can remove all the notes from a document by using the Clear All button. Eraser tool. You can use the Eraser tool when you want to delete an object on a selected layer and make it look transparent. You can change toggle with the preferences in the options bar for Eraser tool. Set your brush size and the mode that you want to use. You can choose from brush, pencil, or block options. To change the transparency of the object, use the opacity slider. The flow option helps you to determine how quickly the eraser is applied. Background eraser tool. To remove a background or part of a background from an image in Photoshop, we use the Background Eraser tool. This tool is a combination of the Quick Selection tool and the Eraser tool. Background eraser erases the background without erasing the main object. It is therefore very tricky and requires more than just an eraser. It samples the color at the center of the brush and deletes pixels of the similar color when you drag the tool around your image. To use the background eraser tool, you may follow these steps. Step 1. Choose the background eraser tool from the Tools panel. Step 2. Go to the Options bar and pick a brush size according to the image. Set the sampling to continuous, the limits to fine edges and the tolerance to low. A low tolerance means that only those areas that are very similar to the sampled color will be erased. A high tolerance erases a broader range of colors. Step 3. Take the mouse pointer near the edge of the object from which you want to remove the background. You will see a circle with small plus sign, crosshair, in the center. Step 4. Click and drag to start erasing. Do not drag the crosshair over the edges. As you click and drag, you will see a checkerboard pattern appear in the areas that you have erased. That is the background of your canvas. Step 5. Switch to the eraser tool when you have erased an area the whole way around the object. Step 6. Choose a large brush size and erase the rest of the background. Though this tool does not erase with perfection around the edges, it is the quickest way to distinguish the background and the main object. Tech fact: you can remove the unwanted areas from your selection by holding down the Alt key to toggle the subtraction mode for the tool, and then clicking and dragging your mouse around the background area you wish to remove. Magic Eraser Tool. The Magic Eraser tool can be used to erase all the similar colored pixels and make them transparent. This tool functions like the Paint Bucket tool in reverse. You will be able to see the images of layers at the bottom. You can use the Magic Eraser tool by following these steps. Step 1. Open the image in Photoshop from which you want to erase some part. Step 2. Choose the Magic Eraser tool from the Tools panel. Step 3. Change the settings in the Options bar. Tolerance box consists of the value which determines how much area the eraser will cover. With one click, Anti-alias reduces the hardness of the edges erased. Contiguous, if selected, sticks to only one color. If you do not want to affect the visible layers, then the sample all layers should be unchecked. You can control the hardness or strength of the eraser by using the opacity slider. Step 4. Click on the portion of the image which you want to delete. The area that contains similar color pixels is removed. Retouching tools. We use the retouching tools to add or remove objects from an image. Let's learn about some retouching tools of Photoshop. Spot Healing Brush Tool. In Photoshop, it is possible to remove or repair small spots, scratches, or even objects from an image with the help of Spot Healing Brush Tool. Also called Texture Replacement Tool, it blends the wrong or bad texture of one area in an image with the good or fine texture area of the same image. The result of the spot removal may vary depending on the complexity of the image. You can remove the acne or skin blemishes and scars completely from an image with the help of this tool. To use the Spot Healing Brush tool, you may follow these steps. Step 1. Open the image in which you want to make corrections and select the Spot Healing Brush tool from the Tools panel. Step 2. Create a new layer above the image layer to add the modifications. Rename the layer Touch Up to identify it easily. You can hide the layer to see the effect of the spot healing brush tool anytime. Step 3. Click on the slider and adjust the size and hardness of the brush. Set the mode to normal. Proximity Match will look at everything in the vicinity and decide what texture should be inside the brush. Create Texture will add texture from the surrounding area. Content Aware works quite like Content Aware Fill, but in a particular area only. Check on Sample All layer only when you are working with two layers, one of which is the original image and the other one a new layer for editing. Step 4. Click on a spot or drag over an object that you want to remove. Healing Brush Tool. Healing Brush tool is used to clone areas from an image and blend the pixels from the sampled area with the target area. It allows the user to choose a particular source to blend, which the Spot Healing Brush tool does not. To use the Healing Brush tool, follow the steps given below. Step 1. Open the image in Photoshop which needs improvement and select the Healing Brush tool from the Tools panel. Step 2. Create a new layer above the image layer to add the modifications. Rename the layer touch-up so that it can be identified easily. Step 3. Click on the slider to adjust the size of the brush and set Sample to Current and Below or all layers so it will pull the pixels from the base layer. Otherwise, you will just be healing a blank layer. Step 4. Next, set a source point from which to heal the affected area by holding down the Alt key and clicking on the source point. Finally, click and drag the cursor over the damaged areas that you want to heal. Patch Tool. Patch tool is used to replace large objects items from an image. If you have a sample area or source area, it is quite easy to use this tool. You can select it by using any of the selection tools and then use the patch tool to just replace that selection. To use the patch tool, follow the steps given below. Step 1. Open the image in Photoshop to which you want to add some details or insert some extra objects. Step 2. Select the patch tool from the Tools panel. Step 3. Draw an area around your object, say one, which you want to replace. You can use any selection tools to make the selection. The area from which you want to replace is 2. Step 4. Click and drag area 1 over area 2. You will see a preview of the image as you drag it. Step 5. When you drop area 1 over area 2, Photoshop blends the pixels from the source to the destination area 1 perfectly. Deselect by pressing Ctrl+D. It is simple, but you might not get an accurate result every time. You may have to practice a few times. Please ensure that you are working on a duplicate background layer or using a separate empty layer, not your original background layer. Content Aware Move Tool. Content Aware Move Tool is a retouching tool. It is used to move an object in an image to a different location and Photoshop automatically takes care of the area left behind. It also helps to duplicate, expand, rotate and contract objects in an image. You can use the Content Aware Move tool by following these steps. Step 1. Open an image in which you need to move an object from one place to another. Step 2. Choose the Content Aware Move tool from the Tools panel. Step 3. Make a rough selection around the object. While selecting, make sure that the selection should not be very close to the edge of the object. Step 4. Click and drag the object to the new location and drop it. Photoshop will automatically manage the blank area by replacing it with the surrounding background area and merging the object in the new area. Step 5. Deselect the selection by pressing Ctrl+D. There are two options in the Mode property in Options bar: Move and Extend. Move helps to seamlessly move the objects in the photos. Extend is used to copy the object, scale, and rotate the object, expand, and contract the object using new layers. Adaptation is an option that is used to control the flexibility to blend the image. Selecting very loose will allow more control over blending in the image, while selecting very strict will give a hard line around the selection. Click the check box of Sample All Layers if working with one image. At times, this tool may not give a perfect result, but usually content. Aware Move tool wonderfully blends the object into the new area. Red Eye tool. Red eye in color photographs is a problem due to which the pupils of humans and animals appear red. This usually happens when the photo is taken using a flashlight. The light of the flash is reflected from the retina and the camera captures this as a red eye. The Red Eye tool in Photoshop allows us to remove this red eye. You can use the Red Eye tool by performing the following steps. Step 1. Open the image you want to edit and duplicate the image to a new layer by pressing Ctrl+J. Step 2. Choose the Red Eye tool from the Tools panel. Step 3. Next, click on the red pupil and Photoshop will automatically select the affected area. Usually, it gets selected with one click, but if not, keep clicking until the red eye is corrected satisfactorily. Clone Stamp tool. Clone Stamp tool is used to copy pixels from one area and replicate them onto another area or image by using different brushes. Each stroke of the tool creates a duplicate of the sampled point in the image. You can use the Clone Stamp tool by performing these steps. Step 1. In Photoshop, open to Image Files. Step 2. Select the Clone Stamp tool from the Tools panel. Step 3. Choose a brush and change its size and hardness in the Brush Preset Picker for a better control of the area. Step 4. Next, press the Alt key and click on the area of your image that you want to copy. Step 5. Click or drag along the area where you want the clone to appear. As you drag, Photoshop provides a continuous reference to the area that you are cloning. Try to clone your entire object in one go so that it does not break or get fragmented. Pattern Stamp tool. Unlike Clone Stamp tool, Pattern Stamp tool helps you to create a pattern. The customized patterns can be saved and loaded using the Pattern panel, which appears in the Options bar of the Pattern Stamp tool and the Paint Bucket tool. These saved patterns can also be applied as the background in various projects. To use the available patterns in Photoshop, open a document and select the Pattern Stamp tool. Then, select a brush and choose your pattern from the Options bar. Click and drag on the canvas. The pattern gets repeated wherever you click. To use the Pattern Stamp tool, you may perform the following steps. Step 1. In Photoshop, open an image which you want to turn into a handmade painting. Step 2. Click on the Edit Define Pattern option from the application bar. The Pattern Name dialog box will open. Step 3. Type a name for the pattern in the Pattern Name dialog box and click on the OK button. Step 4. Choose the Select Deselect from the application bar or press the Ctrl+D key to deselect the original select. Step 5. Click on the Pattern Stamp tool in the Tools panel and set the values in the Options bar according to your need. Step 6. Use the newly created pattern by clicking and dragging onto the screen. Remember that the pattern created will be of the same size as the document by default. To avoid this, select a particular portion of the image to use it as a pattern. Blur, sharpen and smudge tool. Blur tool is used to make an image hazy or soften the pixels of the image. It helps to highlight the main object in the image. To apply the blur effect, you may follow these steps. Step 1. Open the image on which you want to apply the blur effect and click on the blur tool in the Tools panel. Step 2. To decrease the blur effect, use the strength settings in the options bar. Step 3. Click and drag over the area which you want to blur. The sharpen tool helps to increase the contrast of the pixels at the edges, thus increasing the focus on the image. To increase the contrast of the pixels, you may follow these steps. Step 1. Open the image and choose the sharpen tool from the Tools panel. Step 2. Set the value of strength under 25% to get a subtle effect. While working with sharpen tool, use the zoom tool over the areas where you want to apply the tools. Step 3. Finally, click and drag over the area to increase the sharpness. The smudge tool is used to mix and blend the color of an area in the image. This tool pushes pixels around the canvas. Therefore, whenever you use it, it appears as if you have dragged your finger through wet paint. You can use the smudge tool by following these steps. Step 1. Open an image in Photoshop and select the smudge tool from the Tools panel. Step 2. Reduce the strength settings in the options bar to get a more controlled effect. Step 3. Check the finger painting checkbox in the options bar to use the foreground color for smudging. Step 4. Add a new layer to smudge without spoiling the original image. Dodge, burn and sponge tool. Dodge tool helps to increase the exposure brightness of photos. It is a great tool to lighten faces hiding in shadows. You can also apply subtle highlights that make the subject stand out from the background. You can use the Dodge tool by following these steps. Step 1. In Photoshop, open the image in which you want to increase brightness and select the Dodge tool from the Tools panel. Step 2. Choose the brush size and softness from the Options bar. Step 3. Control the intensity of the effect from Range settings. Step 4. Click and drag over the part of image you want to lighten. Burn tool is used to darken the pixels without affecting the colors. By using this tool, you can create greater contrast by deepening the shadows in certain areas of a photo. Photos taken in the daylight often end up having white patches and dark shadows. While the Dodge tool is used to lighten up shadowy faces, the Burn tool is used to darken the white patches. You can use the Burn tool by following these steps. Step 1. Open the image and select the Burn tool from the Tools panel. Step 2. Adjust the tool properties in the Options bar. Step 3. Click and drag over the image to darken the white patches. Sponge tool helps to reduce the richness or intensity of the colors in the areas you paint. It can also perform the reverse by making colors richer and more vibrant. To use the sponge tool, you may follow these steps. Step 1. Open the image and select the sponge tool from the Tools panel. Step 2. Select Mode Saturate in the Options bar. Saturate increases the intensity of a color whereas Desaturate decreases its intensity. Step 3. Click and drag over the image to create the effect. Drawing tools. Let us now learn about some useful drawing tools available in Photoshop. Pen tool. Pen tool helps to draw straight lines or curves for selection or to design a shape. This tool can create paths and complex shapes which can be filled with colors. Drawing with pen tool. You can draw a straight path segment by following these steps. Step 1. Open an existing image or create a new document in Photoshop. Step 2. Choose the pen tool from the Tools panel and set the mode of the pen tool to Path from the Options bar. Step 3. Click on a point to start the path. Step 4. Press the Shift key and click on the next point to draw a straight path. Step 5. Return to the first point and click once when the small circle appears to close the shape. To draw a curved path segment, perform the steps given below. Step 1. Click to create the second point and drag it with the pen tool before you release the mouse button. The handles will appear. These handles will determine the acuteness of the curve and its direction. Step 2. Click on the small square at the end of the handle line and drag the mouse around to adjust the handles. Step 3. Release the mouse button when you are satisfied with the shape of the curve. Shape tools. The shape tools are used to draw a variety of shapes. Click and hold on the rectangle tool in the Tools panel and you will see different shape tools such as rectangle tool, rounded rectangle tool, ellipse tool, polygon tool, line tool, and custom shape tool. You can draw each of these shapes as a regular path and as a shape layer with the help of these tools. To draw shapes, you may follow the steps given below. Step 1. Choose any of the shape tools from the Tools panel. Step 2. Drag it on the stage to draw the shape. Custom shapes. In Photoshop, one of the easiest ways to add an object to an image is to use the custom shapes such as flowers, hearts, and music notes. The Custom Shape tool is used to draw custom shapes. To draw a custom shape, you may follow these steps. Step 1. Open Photoshop and create a new document. Step 2. Select the Custom Shape tool from the Tools panel. Step 3. Click on the Shape Picker in the Options bar. You will see lots of icons of custom shapes. Step 4. Select any icon and drag a marquee on the canvas. You can change the color from the Options bar if needed. Navigation tools. In Photoshop, navigation tools are used to modify the view of an image. Let us learn about some navigation tools. Hand tool. Hand tool helps to scroll the image on the canvas. You can achieve the same result by holding down the spacebar key. If you double-click the hand tool icon in the Tools panel, the image will fit to the screen. It is useful when you have zoomed in the image and are working with lasso tool for perfect selection. Rotate view tool. Rotate view tool can be used to rotate the whole canvas with the image and not just the image. As soon as you click on the rotate view tool, a compass appears in the center and the mouse pointer changes into the rotate view icon. You can click and drag to rotate the canvas clockwise or anti-clockwise. A red marker at the top of the compass points to the top of the image. Zoom tool. Sometimes, you need to zoom into certain areas to get a closer view of the image. You can achieve this purpose by using the zoom tool. Just select View Zoom In or View Zoom Out from the application bar. Optionally, you may use the keyboard shortcut. Hold Ctrl and press plus to zoom in. Press Ctrl and press to zoom out. Tech fact: keeping the Shift key pressed while dragging maintains the width to height ratio. When you use this key, the rectangle tool creates squares, the ellipse tool creates circles, the polygon tool creates proportional polygons, and the line tool creates perfectly horizontal, vertical, or diagonal lines. Image menu. You can find the image menu in the application bar. The menu offers a number of options related to size, color, and view of an image. These options can be used to change the appearance of an image. Let us have a look on these options in the following table. Option Mode. Description. This option helps you to change the color mode of an image. It provides various color modes such as grayscale, RGB, red, green, blue, CMYK, cyan, magenta, yellow, black, lab, color, duotone, bitmap, multi-channel, and index. You can use CMYK, cyan, magenta, yellow, and black color mode for images in a full-color print brochure and use RGB, red, green, blue color mode for images in web or email to reduce the size of a file. Option Adjustments. Description. It helps to access various tools for changing the brightness, contrast, levels, exposure, vibrance, hue saturation, and color balance of an image. Option Auto Tone. Description. It adjusts the black point and white point in an image automatically. Option Auto Contrast. Description. It allows you to adjust image contrast automatically. Option Auto Color. Description. It can be used to adjust the contrast and color of an image. Option Image Size. Description. It helps to adjust the size of a photo of currently active layer on the canvas. Option Canvas Size. Description. It helps to change the width and height of the whole working area according to your need. Option Rotate Image. Description. It can be used to rotate the whole canvas. Few rotation degrees are already provided, like 180 degrees, 90 degrees clockwise, anti-clockwise. Option Crop. Description. It helps to cut extra unwanted part from an image and focuses on the key areas. Option Trim. Description. It can be used to remove empty solid-colored areas around an image. Any transparent area of the image can also be removed using this option. Option Reveal All. Description. It expands the canvas as large as necessary to reveal the full image when an image has been moved beyond the canvas boundary. Option Duplicate. Description. This option allows you to create a duplicate copy of your current file document. Option Apply Image. Description. It helps to apply a blend mode to the layer. It opens a dialog box with Source and Target tabs. From the Source tab, you can choose a layer on which blend modes will be applied. From the Target tab, you can select different blend modes to apply. Option Calculate. Description. This option uses only a single grayscale channel. It creates a new channel or a black and white document or an active selection but never a color file. Option Variables. Description. You can use this option to create templates that you can use to produce many versions of the same standard style automatically. Option Trap. Description. This option helps to add few cushion pixels at the border of objects in an image. This controls how much color will overlap when the objects intersect during printing. Layer as a smart object. Sometimes, while working on an image, you paint or apply filters directly to the pixels. After working for almost an hour, you feel that you are not happy with the results. You cannot undo the changes made to the original image. What will you do? Here is a way out. You can save the pixels by putting them inside a container. You can achieve this purpose by converting a layer into a smart object that works like a container to an image. When you make a layer a smart object, you will be able to perform non-destructive editing to the layer. Smart objects preserve an image's source content. You can convert a layer into a smart object in the following two ways. Right-click on the layer you want to edit. From the pop-up menu, select Convert to Smart Object. Or click on the Layer option in the application bar. Click on the Smart Objects and select Convert to Smart Object. You will see a smart object icon appear in the lower right of the layer's preview thumbnail. You can use it to make unlimited changes without losing the quality of an image. Knowledge Zone. The Photoshop application was first framed in 1987 by Thomas Knoll, who was a PhD student, and his brother John Knoll. The Photoshop application was initially called Display. Photoshop Express is the free version of Photoshop.